Let's hit record. Yeah, there we go. So now that we've hit record, and we're not playing Assassin's Creed music, I thought of a couple maybes on gameplay negatives, and ended up changing my minds on all of them. So, as of this moment, I haven't come up with a gameplay negative. I'm not saying I'm not going to. We got about 4 levels left, I think. We're actually a pretty decent chunk of the way through the game, believe it or not. We're over the halfway mark. I also think we're going to get even more positives later, too, because we're going to do our loud playthrough after this, which is going to be a lot quicker, and I anticipate, I hope, a lot funner. Not that I dislike the stealth thing, but I mean for you guys. I love stealth gaming, but as the Jinjosh Mansion showed me, I should probably not focus so much on ghosting, you know? However, I'm just going to double check. Yep, no spotted, no combat.
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
All right, Megan. Thank you for opening up. If only a little.
I'm starting to feel like you deserve it.
Stealth speedrun would be fascinating. I actually do already have a speedrun queued up for you for when we do the audit.
Yes, let's go.
I might even be interested to just watch the whole thing on camera. Much as I don't like doing
Another step
reaction
for the
shots.
Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.
But it's a really good speedrun explanation. So, yep, 0-0. Yeah, that's like, I think only the second time we've actually responded to Megan.
For several years, Delilah's been here, getting stronger, turning people against me. Why didn't I see it coming? What was I doing during that time? Pretending to listen at court, ruling through an army of bureaucrats, waiting for the next chance to get free of Dunwall Tower. Well, now I'm free. If only I could go back. Aramis Stilton was once an ally of the Duke, the owner of Karnaka's mines. Stilton lived in a fortified bunker at the heart of the Dust District. No one's seen him for years, since around the time Delilah started making her moves. But whether Stilton's alive or dead, his home holds the key to Delilah's immortality.
So, both of those pieces of information were repeat information. The first was said at the very beginning, and then said again at the beginning if you read her optional dialogue, or her optional diary. The second was what we already knew about our next target. I know you can write decent stuff, Arcane. What is going on with this game? I need to study the behind the scenes of this game, because something weird is going on. Unless this is just a situation in which they decided that the narrative didn't matter. Like, that actually could be the answer. Right? Like, we've talked about that. Game development is a zero-sum game. And so, excuse me. And so having a, having limited time and limited budget and limited resources, maybe they just stared and said, let's just make a good game. And just went with it. I don't know. Oh, she's left.
My mind is finally clearing. Now I can return to my work here, helping those who need it the most. What can I say about what you've done for me? Saved me from madness, and worse, from giving in to a life of sadistic brutality. How could I ever repay you for that? Given who you are and what you're in Karnaka to do, I can only say good luck. The city, the country, the empire, Everyone is counting on you. I'll send something special for you, by way of courier. I hope it helps.
What am I worrying about? Megan can take care of herself. Listen to me, talking to myself like the old loon I am.
What, like, call them all this, like, if we get like a net 120, just call it plus 60 plus 60.
The Duke, Jendosh, all of them taken by Delilah, as I was for a time.
With Ashworth eliminated, that should hamper Delilah's plans.
So many years ago, held prisoner in that old pub, sleeping in a dog kennel. Now in this tub, will wonders ever cease?
So here's the Howlers again. There's the Overseers.
Aramis Stilton's home looks more like a bunker than a mansion.
Strange being here with you. Great events arise from unexpected interconnections. As a boy, the Duke meeting Delilah, Corvo given to Dunwall as a young soldier. We're all setting things into motion all the time.
The Dust District. I've read about the winds coming through the cleft in Shindaray Peak, how the city uses it for windmills and mining operations. I need to know why Delilah can't be killed. Everything we've learned implies that something strange happened at Aramis Stilton's home 3 years ago, but then he disappeared.
Stilton lived in a bunker kept secure by a fancy lock made by Jendosh. Maybe inside you'll learn more about how to stop Delilah.
But I have to get there first. Through a ruin created by the Duke, where my father grew up.
Megan had an intriguing idea. Paolo is leader of the Howlers. He wants Vice Overseer Byrne killed, and of course, Byrne wants Paolo dead too. Both groups will attack you on sight, but walk in with the corpse of their chief enemy, and they'll treat you like family.
You think they'll help me get into Aramis Stilton's home?
I'm pretty sure that will work.
Seeing this place and these people, I can feel my perspective changing. How will I be different after this?
Well, you'll be a little more edgy. I'd say that pretty definitively. So, if I'm remembering correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there's 4 outcomes here for this quest chain. I'm not sure if it affects anything, but the rough options are kill him, somehow make peace between them, or kill both.
The Vice Overseer for Karnaca, Liam Byrne. Paolo's not that old, but there's so much living written into the lines of his face.
Hey, sir. I don't even remember what we did last time. I mean, nothing's as bad as Other M. On a scale of 0 to Other M, Other M's pretty far down. But I'm not impressed with the dialogue or the voice acting in this game at all. I meant what I said earlier. I'm going to give more negatives to story later when I have a chance to sit and process.
Ready now?
Ready.
We'll take Megan's skiff closer.
I've noticed that several of the story positives are the ones for the world building, aka the world that was already built. I mean, several of the books and background things are just references to stuff that's already happened in the story.
I'm after? Aramis Stilton?
An ally to the old Duke. Loyal and smart. Stilton helped build modern Karnaca with those silver mines. Started as a miner and worked his way up until he was a prince of industry. But now the new Duke drives the mine crews night and day. Dust falls non-stop onto the district. What was once prosperous is now in ruins.
I suppose the Duke doesn't care, as long as he sips from silver cups.
And what are the cups at Dunwall Tower made from, Empress? In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District to reach Stilton's home. Maybe he's still in there, or maybe he's dead. Find Megan once you reach the Dust District. She'll tell you more. I'll wait here with the skiff and take you back to the dreadful whale after you finish.
Let's kind of play this by ear. Let's kind of see how this goes. I don't remember this particular stage all that much. I remember the stage immediately after this much more clearly. Oh, right. 6.
District anymore. Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder the Howlers, then stabbed to death or dragged down by the Abbey's hounds. One young lieutenant got hit by an overseer grenade, and that was it. She was one of the Duke's distant cousins or something.
Shit. Let's hope they do enough damage to each other so the fight goes out of them.
That won't happen until someone manages to kill either
Immediately spotted, of course. I'm not going to stress being spotted too much, but for the love of God. Come on. M. Oh, 2. 100%. I'll never try to do a stealth run or a ghost playthrough of Dishonored 1 again. But I actually want to do another ghost, an actual ghost run of Dishonored 2 someday. Might never have the time, but it's something I at least want to do. Think of that what you will.
Orders from the We're losing too many people.
Okay. What did it do better? Yes.
Someone is asking for trouble over there.
See this guy?
Hey, who are you? Stop!
This is what it did better.
You're done!
I'm kidding. Hi, Baron. What it did better, oh God, I don't know. Yes, really is the answer. Everything. It is just a universal improvement over the previous game. Level design, enemy placement, difficulty options, layouts, throughput, quests, tools, kit, which is the same thing, so I don't know why I said that differently. Controls are a little bit tighter. Like, Dishonored 1 does sound... Sound has been really hard for me, because early on in the run, people complained that the game was too loud. So I've barely been able to hear the game the entire time. Like, I'm functionally hearing the game at 25% audio right now. Yeah, so...
Something's gotta give.
What? What? Okay. I'm gonna accept that. Oh yeah, and the fact that there's actually a built-in option for
Tired of cleaning
no magic.
dust out of my ears.
And as a consequence, they actually designed some of the levels with the idea of no magic in mind.
No one knows what's happened.
Palace.
Could be
That's
anything.
an assignment.
I just gotta
All
watch my
apples
own
and
back.
slippers. sleep.
I mean, it's the same kit if you're Corvo or Emily. You're using the same kit if you're going no magic.
Dust from the mines.
That's approximately horrifying. Useful, though. No, it's okay. I've got a little bit of cloth over my mouth. Dakota, I'll be fine. See, Corvo and his mask, at least I could buy that it's a magic mask or whatever.
Maybe I should just work a double shift, so I don't have to listen to him tell me about how good it was under the Duke's farm.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I do actually like the dust as a stealth mechanic. Periodically, enemy visibility just, and I assume audio pickup, just goes straight to hell. Ghost, no magic? You know, real talk? I'm not sure. I mean, I assume yes. I've seen people do absolutely bonkers things in this game.
Blood ox stew tonight. I'm starving.
Mind me. I do love the buildup of dust in some of the buildings. If we aim it right, unfortunately I might have to wait a minute. I don't know how long it is in between dust storms. Nice view. Well, I'll give you a hint. All but 2 of those positives are for the visuals, J. Palmer. Yeah, I love the mountain peak right there. And yeah, apparently the actual winds come down through that and then get tunneled alongside that and directly into here. I'm not sure. Nothing out there. There's actually a charm you can equip, I believe 4 of them. And it'll make it so your crouch move speed is actually normal move speed. I've known a couple of people who that's the charm they use. It's 4 of those stupid things to make sneaking around, you know. Oh, that's Megan. Okay, faster.
Hello, Emily. Stilton's home is just beyond.
What?
I've been doing reconnaissance, talking to people.
In Greece, J.
The
Palmer.
Overseers and the Howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, the Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you had an idea.
Yes. I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them, and bring him to the other.
What else do you know that might help me?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers. But I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
Oh, nice. I didn't know about that one. I was glancing at the list of charms. There's a whole bunch of them, but it's interesting how many of them are combat-oriented. Which makes sense. I always felt like the combat was one of the weakest parts of Dishonored 1. And it's actually much stronger in Dishonored 2, so here we are.
This is the Duke of Circon. Been told that people are complaining about dust from the mines falling on the city. Yes, war is expensive. You may not be aware that our silver mines are operating past full capacity in order to fund our conflict against the Northern Isles. That's not dust. It's the blood of our enemies.
Yeah, what war? There's no war at the moment. In fact, I'm not sure there ever is a war. And yes, that's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Jemmy's sister says you can beat any lock in the city. I'm not sure why Stilton's house needed to be shut up.
Never mind. Maybe another time.
Or not. Let's go.
So I forget the exact specifics here. But what I remember most about this lock is it's extremely Jindosh. It's actually a really simple lock that could be brute forced relatively easily. But it's really overly fancy and overly complicated because it's Jindosh, right? Dude wouldn't know how to make something practical if his life depended on it. Yeah, 120 combinations, that's it. Which sounds like a lot, but actually no. A person could brute force 120 combinations in like an hour or two. So we can just solve it. But then we'd be missing out on content. So.
You bet.
Oh, here we go. Maybe? Ah. Okay. Damn it, I wanted to see it coming. No! Sorry. I wanted to see the dust storm coming. Yeah, no, it's beneficial, the dust storm. I mean, it does kind of hinder your ability to see, too, but...
Stilton made sure of it. No one got fired for being injured.
Yeah, so they say. The mining office handled things like that. And the family committee made sure that the bosses never got too greedy.
Kind of stalemate. Everything worked as long as one side didn't win out over the other. And that's exactly what happened once Stilton disappeared.
Weigh it against losing your life to one of the Howlers. Now go.
to begin.
I must be ever vigilant.
See you around, Jay Palmer.
He knows my heart.
I hope so, Blade Joel.
Taunts me.
Please stop!
I will not change anything. You stand accused of actions forbidden by the teachings of the Abbey of...
Okay, hang on.
Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering a sworn overseer of the Abbey in his duties, death.
No!
Someone's shooting at us! Oh! What's going on here? Brothers! One of us has been murdered!
Does that count as a kill, I wonder? Oh, it does. Oh, well.
Huh?
I'll avenge you, brother!
You can play that a couple other ways, too. Just really quick, while we're here.
Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering a sworn overseer of the Abbey in his duties, death.
No!
For the keeping of articles of a heretical and fetishistic nature, for consuming the flesh of rats, death.
I've faced worse than you, Abbey boys.
Silence, apostate!
Nope, he's over there on his own. So I hit him first.
There's nothing to do. Whoever did this shall be executed.
Bye. Aw. Let's try that again. Bye. There he is, right down there. Yeah. Okay, so let's try to save these poor folks, shall we? So we're gonna do that. Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of in a hurry here now.
Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required.
And down they go.
What's going on?
Whoa there, buddy. You son of a... What? What? You just murdered that... Okay, okay, hang on. So, I can only do 2. Alright, give me a sec, give me a sec. Not again. I'll be right back. Listen, I can't kill them, Seth. I'm Batman. All right. How many points do I have? 6. Oh. Do an upgrade Domino, which should help a little bit. Interesting.
Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering a sworn overseer of the Abbey in his duties, death. What's going on here?
Kill her. You too shall die. But yeah, that still counts as killing. It's not actually what I wanted to do.
Given that each crime was witnessed or...
It's called Domino.
Later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering a sworn overseer...
And down they go.
What's going on?
What?
Oh.
What? Why didn't it... I'm confused by that. No, like it linked the dude he was shooting instead of the dude I was trying to link.
Or later verified by sworn and faithful
Okay, this is a little frustrating.
overseers in good standing. No trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering a sworn overseer of the Abbey in his duties, death.
See, he keeps linking that guy for some reason. I don't actually understand why it's linking that guy. Oh, whatever. We'll just do this the boring way.
Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hindering...
Hey, where did you go?
Get out of here.
What's going on here?
What?
Nothing
So
here.
let's see.
Let's have a look
what
around.
was it?
I think that's bad. You should look at the whole cast list sometime later.
By the strictures! Hey, you! This
What?
area's off limits.
Oh, come on!
Accept your fate, miscreant!
God damn it. Yeah, Pedro Pascal is in this game. In this stage, actually.
Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and
Waste these
faithful
darts.
overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of food, for hint...
There were...
Alright, now. Get out of here.
What's going on here? What was that?
Just unconscious.
The Vice Overseer hasn't shared his plans with me. He's upstairs now, so I assume we'll learn something before long.
I'd wager it'll all be over soon. I'm surprised it's taken us this long to deal with a mob of ruffians.
You know what the strictures say about wagering, brother? The Howlers are merciless, and Paolo carries the Outsider's blessing. Some talisman come straight from the jaws of the Void itself.
I must be
Keep that in mind, or you'll find yourself bleeding out in some alley.
Forgive me, Brother Mikos.
Taunts me.
I hate these guys so much.
A stream of untruth. The echoes of lies come back as the voice of the outsider. Why be tempted by such...
They're the worst kind of zealot. No questioning, no doubting, no anything, no nothing. Listen, voice direction's hard, Lunareth. Can I just not direct my voices?
Never matter. These people have to listen, they never do. It drives me mad.
For even the lowliest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a sponge, rinsing impurities from the mind and body.
Take a nap. What? Really? That woke you up? Really?
What the? Stop it! I'll kill you for that! No!
I mean, they weren't using them anyways, Evo. Out of my way to save your pathetic little life. All you do is cause me problems. There. Yep, he looks comfortable there, right? I'd say he's pretty comfortable. Let's make sure this guy's unconscious. Because he's merely asleep. There we go, now he's much more comfortable.
I will not abide the footfall of a blasphemous wanderer.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's just... When I really, really need to rest, that's exactly how I do it right there. You ever one of those days you're just dead tired? Okay, so we got Buddy Boy over there. I think that's actually it at the moment. Okay. Come over to the barracks, buddy. Or we can just sit. You get the couch. You get the couch. There you go. Oh yeah, there we go. And no, Federation Builder's right. One must learn to be flexible if one is going to witness all the strictures. Such as, make sure to cuddle one's own fellows to sustain thy warmth. That's actually a good question, Seth. I don't know. Better question is, does any of the world exist by the time of Deathloop? By the time they get out of the loop, I should clarify. That's another thing I do prefer about Dishonored 2. Lack of chair immunity. Who heard me? Who heard me?
Surrender!
Okay, so as I was saying. Let's see. Let's see value in here. Rewire 2, rune, some money. Yes, I wonder that all the time, actually, Blade Jamal. Earlier we made a pile of like 3 guards and 2 gang members. Both genders. And just kind of piled them up. And I was like, what's the person on the bottom gonna think, you know? Alright, who heard that nonsense? I'm apparently not sneaking. Well, okay. I suppose that's fair.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Ask again today if this is truly her chosen path. I can only hope the outsider hasn't gone.
They're fine, Czar. Yeah, almost smooth. Didn't quite make it. But almost. Did he actually spot me? Not that I care at this point. He didn't spot me. Roadhouse. Alright. Okay. Grab the rune, grab the rewire, grab the money. Okay. Grab the bullets since I just used one. Okay.
I didn't see the one coming through the window. She was quick.
The Howlers are cowards, brother. But we accounted for 6 of them.
I'm glad it's you in the end. If I have to go, it warms my spirit to spend my last minutes with a true friend.
You honor me. I wish there was another way, but it's a gut wound, as bad as any I've seen. Better this than a day or 2 of agony.
Then I go, and I keep the strictures close to my heart. May there be no discord in my spirit.
Goodbye, Overseer. Fade from this world. Curse those harlot bastards and their black-souled boss.
Tend to thy brother. Look, he was really oh my god. Where's his head? Okay. So I don't want to alarm you all. But given where his head is positioned, his head is basically in the other guy's posterior.
Now I feel remorse. It will bother me all the night.
That's how much his death bothered him. He, anyways. I mean, we always knew, right?
I wonder how the High Overseer is faring against Delilah back in Dunwall.
Look, there's headbutts and there's butt heads. Never get the two confused. Thank you, Sakage. As always. Much obliged. I will put that towards dealer's choice. You ever heard of Affleck? This is Asler. It's a little different, but it's surprisingly similar.
I was weak. I must be ever vigilant against the outsider. He knows my heart, tests me, taunts me. I will not give in.
Probably doesn't know you exist, dude. You're too boring for him. Peekaboo. The outsider has found you wanting. You should comfort your brother in his time of need. Excuse me, sir. I have detected one of your brothers in desperate need of brotherly love. The best part is the guy on the bottom here is dead, so, you know. Just gonna keep making a chain here. What was it? There's some stealth game where they can still take physics damage after they're knocked out. If you get too many bodies piled up, they'll actually start doing physics damage to each other and killing each other. I don't remember which game that is, though. It's one of the stealth games. Oh, is that Cyberpunk? Lol. A random Abbey guy walks in. What the hell? Well, I know you can really get into your prayers, but Jesus, guys. Naturally, the Vice Overseer, he deserves the position of honor here. There we go. I can just picture that, Evo. Right, put another pile. Pile, put another pile. You're next. Nice drug room. Yep, no. The fact that that's basically the default, the default pose when you knock him out. Well, shoot. Gutter Feast. When's that one? White rats can be eaten for mana. Probably not, Seth.
Why do so many have so little? It was the woman dragged away. He was sure she was trying to bewitch him with her alluring lips.
Oh my god.
Sometimes he dresses like a common worker and goes to a nearby gambling hall. He gets drunk and fights. And the next day, his mask hides the bruises. Ambition. That's what I sense in him. The youngest man to reach vice overseer in decades.
Oh shoot, I'm not sure there's really a don't kill option. We're dealing with, like, we stuck all the way in here and it's like there's no data, there's no notes to read. There's no here's a hint on the thing. I think the option is just to carry his body to the other guy or not.
He has moved up quickly in Abby's hierarchy. He might be High Overseer someday. He barely tolerates this new Duke. They must interact on occasion, but he does not like it.
The Howler detainee downstairs gave us keys pertaining to a criminal associate and the heretical leader, Paolo. Debauchery at all hours, acts of certain witchcraft, likes which even our sacred music cannot dispel. Paolo is every bit as vile and corrupt as we suspected. With his dying breath, the detainee revealed that the Duke himself has Paolo sending food into the barred and shuttered home of Aramis Stilton. The place is kept secured by the so-called Jindosh lock. No doubt the Duke obtained the lock combination from Jindosh, and Paolo passed it to the detainee. The weave of corruption is endless. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find this guy. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, Ezri. I should probably stop trying to play what is functionally the hardest... one of the harder ways to play this game, for the purposes of a review. So I've been trying to walk away from that a bit. But it's still a damn good game. I'm curious if the audit is going to come up with any gameplay negatives. It would be fascinating to cover a game with a 100% ratio. Yeah, despite my fatigue attacks, which I had to lay down again during the lunch break, I've been pretty engaged by this game, gameplay-wise. I apologize for not talking as much as I usually do because it's taking too much of my energy. The level design is bonkers. We're going to have to kind of part and parcel up the level design rather than just giving, you know, level positives and something like this. Nothing interesting there. There's a lot to keep track of and a lot of reloading, especially if you make a mistake. Or if you're not even aware you made a mistake. No, Evo, I don't remember that one. It's the level we're on, by the way. Let's see. Well, shoot. Okay. I mean, we're at the initial part of that level. Part I barely remember. I don't blame you for not remembering it either. It's not actually that memorable until we get to the friggin' mansion. It's 2 mansions we go through in this game. Oh, no, that's wrong. 3. We go through 3 mansions in this game. super stealthy.
Huh?
Where am I? That's...
Bet my last coin it's gonna be brined hagfish again.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, you bastard!
No, I think Dishonored is another legacy title. There's something else I was looking at recently that had that problem. What game was I looking at? Oh my god, Evo. Okay, you know what? Stop flashing at me. I don't enjoy being flashed. Okay.
Show your back!
Wow, they actually saw me.
You won't get away!
I'm honestly kind of surprised by that.
Holy shit! I bet this one's carrying coins!
You shouldn't have wandered outside without bodyguards, my lady.
And the doctor. What? Shit! Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Come on!
This won't take long.
Cut you into pieces. You've been living a soft
Let's see you in
life.
there.
Tough, hiding your face. Scuff. Wait. What's going on?
Here's Durante's office.
You can't have gone far.
I know
Where
you're
are you hiding,
You know, that's actually fair, Lloydeville.
You cross one howler, you cross them all. We'll get your ass. Wait, where is she?
Walker.
Come out, wherever you don't stand a chance anyway.
Need help! Keep trying it!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! Okay, so I know where I'm going now. One of them exploded into rats.
Silver dust again.
What? How did you see that? I'm not even in the, like, the danger area. You shouldn't be spotting me at all.
Silver dust again.
Favorite video game title? Ooh. Mega Man. No, it's not actually a good title. That's actually a tough one. By the way, Metroid would probably qualify for legacy titles as well. I haven't sat down to think about it, but several Metroid games do not involve any Metroids. Let's see. Favorite video game title? That's true, Bloodjewel. This is not my answer. I'm just saying out loud titles that I like. I do actually like the title Stellaris. It's nicely indicative. Pretty much immediately, too. Like, even if you don't know the words, it's just, oh, yeah. Earthbound is admittedly a nonsense title, which is funny because it's also supposed to be another title entirely. Mother. Although, Mother doesn't really make sense for Mother 2 or 3. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. I don't think so, Ezri. I think most of the Mario games do actually reference Mario. Or have Mario, excuse me. Subnautica, I do like that one. That's a really indicative and unique title. So.
Carrying some old lady's hand. Which? Dead a dog's age ago. Maybe before we were born.
Nasty. But it keeps them alive.
Tetris is pretty distinct. Can't argue that. Oxygen Not Included is a very funny and interesting title, especially since oxygen is in fact included. It's one of the most basic default things you do start off with. Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you, Evo. I like ghosting this game. I do. To be clear, this is not a ghost playthrough. This is a no detections, no kills, with the exception of the mansion playthrough. Ghost is a step past this. Ghost No Powers is a step past that.
What's going on here?
Oh, I actually can't break that window. Wow. Yeah, no kidding, Ross. You know what? Another one I like? I'm just revealing the kind of games I like. Factorio. No? Okay. Just a dude over there. I don't like leaving people at my back. Especially if they're probably roamers. So let's just do this. Why don't you just take a dirt nap? Dust nap? Just take a dust nap. I mean, Final Fantasy, you notice I've been avoiding the big ones. Most of the big ones' titles were very much not really planned out and have just been legacy titles ever since. Zelda, Mario, Mega Man, Sonic. Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. There are quite a few Dragon Quest games that either don't involve a dragon at all, or don't involve a dragon in any substantial thing. Dragon Age, while we're on the subject, I quietly complained about that the last time we went through that. Interesting enough, I was thinking of Civilization as well. It's a very indicative title. You hear Civilization, it's like, oh yeah. You can tell pretty much immediately what kind of game it is. I do actually like Resident Evil over Biohazard, personally.
Kept the Grand Guard out of our homes. But I don't see how you can help the miners.
It's all connected, too. Once the Abbey's off our backs, I'll make it too expensive for the Duke to run the mines. The workers stop digging. The Duke will see that mines producing at half speed are more profitable than mines producing nothing.
Better working conditions and less dust in the streets, we'd be happy to up our pace.
There's a way to satisfy everybody. First, in this district, then across the city. The people who work the mines have more power than they know.
God, I can barely tell that's Pedro Pascal. I can tell. But Jesus. Yeah, that's Pedro Pascal, by the way. That guy down there.
Away for a moment. Don't drink all the rum while I'm gone.
Star Dragon. Note to self, make a game someday called Star Dragon.
Sleeping again last night. Maybe I ought to try one of those sleeping dangers. They can be kind of pricey.
One wrong.
I don't know what genre it is or game or anything about it, but I'm going to make a game someday named Star Dragon. It's like Star Fox, but infinitely cooler, because it involves dragons. Okay, where'd that twig go? Okay, she went back down. We've got a dust storm. Let's take advantage of this. Sorry about this.
Maybe I'll
Crap, broke a thing while he was going down.
looking for a spot.
Ah.
Back. Standing. Sit.
I mean, I honestly didn't know it was Pedro Pascal either. Persona! Actually, to be honest, I like Persona better than SMT. That is to say, Shin Megami Tensei. God of War is also quite indicative. And works for what it's going for. Okay, don't drop your thing, please. Oh, there's someone behind me.
I bet this one's carrying.
Let's just kill this guy real quick. Get revenge. There we go. There we go. Just kind of get a revenge. There we go. Oh, yeah. Let's just kill all these people here. Let's just kill you.
You shouldn't have wandered out. Keep that mess going for you.
I know. Sorry, that's why I specifically referenced SMT. When discussing Persona. This is what the Corvo playthrough is going to look like, by the way. Is there really Arspruce? Well, I need to find that person. Kill him. I mean, kill him. No, wait. Shoot. What do you do other than kill people? Is there an alternative there? Dune. Dune's interesting. Because obviously a dune is a real thing. I didn't correct you, Zara. I was just pointing out that I already knew the thing you were sharing. But since Dune is, well, I mean, Arrakis, but they do call it Dune in universe.
Part of me that doesn't ache, even my toes. Maybe
And it is kind of indicative of the central premise of, like, pretty much all of that setting revolves around that stupid dust ball. Which is, of course, the problem. I'll get back to you. Coolest title for a Dolo game. Shattered Universe. Actually does sound pretty cool. Think about it. Arrakis.exe. Dawn of War. Actually, hang on. Let me just pull up my own website here. What do we got at the bottom? Secret of the Stars actually does sound kind of like a cool title when you think about it. And frankly, so does Starfield. Let's see, we've also got Realms of Ruin, if you count that. Drakengard. Youngblood. What else? Any obvious stuff? Oh, not really. Chaos Gate Demon Hunter. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Oblivion. Oblivion's a pretty cool title. I think, anyways. Okay, so let's sneak in here too quickly, apparently. Okay. premise of Dune. Messianic figures are not a good thing. Morrowind is kind of indicative, isn't it? It's one of those classic adjective vowel names, which I am actually quite fond of, I'll admit. Morrowind. Yeah, but does anybody actually call it The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion? No, of course they don't. Call it Oblivion. They don't call it The Elder Scrolls 3 or The Elder Scrolls 5. At absolute most, someone will say Tess. Yeah, Daggerfall. That's another good one. By contrast, Arena was actually a pretty piss-poor title. Have a nap. What's funny is Arena's title isn't even particularly indicative. I mean, I know Arena's not much of a game, but it still doesn't convey what Arena actually is.
I can still taste that hagfish.
Imagine being woken up to be knocked out. What would that feel like? Huh? Huh? Whoa! Divinity. Yeah, Divine Divinity certainly is not what I would call it. Speaking of which, DOS 1 and DOS 2, while we're on the subject. That sounds about like what happened to me when I went back to retry Arena. When was that? That would have been like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. I was like, you know what? I want to go back and retry. It was like Arena, Battlespire, and Daggerfall. I wanted to retry each of those. And I failed at each of them. Go ahead, make fun. I accept it.
It's dark and it's cold.
Ah, short again this week. The woman can't count. I'm gonna make a complaint.
Anything that ain't please say where the dust did blow sail.
But no consistency, Blackmore. Depends on what sounds better. Tesso doesn't really sound good. It's the same as I don't call Tor Swator. It's because Swator doesn't sound good. Also, that would make it the Tesso line. Untitled Goose Game. It's distinct. Yeah, Doom always had meaning. A reference to an old Tom Cruise film. Yes, really. For those of you not aware of that. I didn't remember the name of the song, the film, off the top of my head. Okay, so, hey! Let's slip in here. We finally managed to not kill everyone on our way in. It's surprising how hard it is to not kill people. Game? There we go. Oh, it's still being done. That's actually a good point. I'm not familiar with Hexen. In the world.
My soldiers were killed then.
Mm-hmm. Cybernetic horizon. I do like that. Deep space probe sends footage back of an animal living in a star. Well, time to blow up reality. That's game, everyone. We have dragons living in stars. Stop howling. It's in the name. It's just a name. It's... What? Okay. Twitch just decided to go. Ugh.
Eating dust all my life.
Hopefully it's not... Okay, it's not the bug. It's just we lost connection. Let's go ahead and slip out of here then. Alright, now they're gone, I can tell what I really think of this game. In all honesty, I do apologize, especially to my VOD watchers, if I've been particularly boring this run. I feel particularly boring. Not bored. Boring. It's been really hard to stretch my attention enough to talk while playing this. I suppose it's just one of those games maybe I should play less of. Although, I don't know, the Plague Tale run was pretty good. And we had pretty good fun with the other one, too. I don't know. I think I'm just terrible. Don't mind me. Okay, so... So this one's Finch. This one's... Natsiao, or how do you say that? This one's Winslow. This one's Marcola, which it already was. Attention Laura, and this one's County. So this one's the Snuff Tin. This one's the War Medal. This one's the Bird Pendant. This one's the Ring. And this one's the Diamond.
It worked. The information was correct.
I divine cybermancy. Or whatever it's actually supposed to stand for. Actually, Dead Space, yeah, Dead Space makes perfect sense. Disturbingly large amount of sense. That was a nice mini level, nothing too fancy. Yeah, I've never played Divine Cybermancy. I probably never will. I know it has issues getting running on modern systems, too. But I am aware of it.
Time is an odd thing. Growing up, I was excited about what the years might hold. About the places I'd visit. I recall childhood moments with my mother on her throne, and my father, a figure of mystery. I remember the rat plague, Mother's passing, and all that happened at the Hound Pits pub. Now this. I just want to put an end to Delilah's reign and get my father back. This house holds her secrets. Delilah pulled herself up from tragedy, grabbing the Empire and changing it to her liking. With Dugluka Abel, she transformed a coddled dilettante into a schemer who helped her take my throne. She's made herself immortal, and even my father's sword couldn't end her life. I'm going to undo all she's done. And next time, I'll hold on to the things I cherish, just a bit tighter.
That was a pointless and dumb cutscene. Moving on.
That's strange. I feel drained by this place. Something is wrong here. Even the air feels off.
So yeah, we have lost access to our magic. We can no longer plunk. Nice mansion. Very,
Stilton's sealed off from the rest of the district.
yeah. Yeah, Neuroshock or Psychoshock both would have been good picks. Instead of Prey. But yeah, like, it just... The cutscenes in this game... Not good. Art still works.
Sometimes I remember the breeze on my skin.
I know you think I don't belong here. Insufferable elitist.
Could that be Stilton?
They drop food for me, in and out, like the wind. I think they're afraid.
This was once my world. All things, from the northernmost shores to here, Karnaca in the south.
Makes me love is coming back.
You know what? I bet you that's exactly what they're going to do, Plutonia. A better sci-fi name. That's funny because I have the same problems with Dragon Age, but hang on. So, better sci-fi name than Mass Effect. That's actually a question because, yeah, the Mass Effect is certainly a critical component of that game's setting. In fact, it's even a plot point because of the Reapers and how they operate. But if we were to rename Mass Effect... preferably to something other than space racism. I was thinking the same thing as Miristar. Something to do with the cycle. Citadel space. I actually like that. Immediately gets across that it's sci-fi, because the inclusion of the word safe. And, it actually is relevant, like it is Citadel
Keeps
space.
the rooms clean and dry. A house goes to rot.
The Fermi paradox. No, see, that would be Dead Space. Whoa, whoa, that was strange. There are whales in the mines. I hear them howling to one another as swollen beasts. Ease element 0. Yeah, I could see that.
How did I get so old? Where are the men of my younger days? The dances we had here.
I've got it. We'll call it. Well, that happened.
Time is leaking, coming out of the walls. It's ruining the carpet.
Why does it keep doing that? Yeah, I was thinking that too, Blade Tafal.
Go to Dunwall and tell the Empress that the Duke is in the garden digging up corpses. And he has learned how to sing. She'll know what you mean.
Collect yourself, Mr.
Warm
Stilton.
the quilts, will you? I feel...
3 years ago, something inside Aramis Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion. Delilah's plan. And a part of Aramis Stilton is always here, still breaking. The Void is not exactly a place, And it's much older and stranger than you could ever know. It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the void is leaking through a pinprick left behind by Delilah's little trick. Even magic is perverted here, and things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece. Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Like it's going to be cold tonight.
So this is the timepiece. And the main gimmick for this particular level.
That Ashworth made. It's on the ceiling. I hear it at night. Bones from the deep, far beneath the waves.
So, just to talk about it here really quick, you're probably wondering why the Outsider is getting so involved to the point of actually assisting us in this matter. Well, this is all a retcon as of, I guess, Dishonored 2, but Dishonored 2 was written with this in mind because the idea here is that the Outsider deliberately laid up a series of events to ensure that we would go back and do this level. I'll explain more about why later, but I just want that to be in your mind. That's why the Outsider is going way out of his way to assist us here.
I think I heard something under my shirt. I can't stand the way they look at me.
So, first of all, that is a great feature. You can obviously switch timelines, but you can also just look and see what the other timeline looks like.
She clawed her way back. Ashworth helped open the way.
By the void.
Your guests are waiting in the study.
That is an awesome gimmick.
I can't get in without the combination.
So, we actually have a term for these kind of levels. Usually these are actually bosses, not levels. It's called a top-bottom, right? There's a top layer, there's a bottom layer, and you can transition between the two. Interestingly enough, there's actually quite a few games that like to do this approach. I don't even want to mention any, because most of them would be spoilers, but there is a lot of effort and work that goes into this kind of a trick, which is one of the reasons why it tends to be so well received, and these levels tend to be so memorable in the games that they're in. As much as everyone remembers the Clockwork Mansion, and for good reason, this is arguably more memorable and better designed.
It's in his notebook, ma'am, but he keeps it with him.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, you can... to give a specific example, let's say there's a guard walking down a hallway. I'm sorry I had to deal with the power outage to crack. I could go ahead and transition where he can't see me. I can see him. I can watch him pass by through the lens. And then once he's passed, I can transition back in behind him. We may or may not show that off on camera. I don't know. I will endeavor to.
The only way out of here is through the present, using this timepiece.
Okay, so where are we at? He's moved. Okay. And yeah, the amount of care and effort that put into this level is kind of crazy. I honestly think I'm going to have to really sit down. Like I said, I'm going to do some cross-referencing of some of the really, really good Hitman 3 levels and use that as a way to gauge exactly how I review this stage and the Clockwork Mansion stage. Over here. See if there's anything worth looting in the past. Yeah, looks like no. Okay. I was just curious.
I dragged my heels to avoid lessons as a girl. Now it sounds like such a welcome diversion.
Oh, right, I can't, actually.
What time is it? time I think it is. I've got to clean up. They'll all see I don't belong among the upper crust. The fine people.
Oh yeah, his backstory is that he's a common man who basically lucked into wealth and spends a huge amount of his time and effort trying to act like he belongs. You know, with rich folk.
No, a man from Morley offered me 10,000 coin for that. Someday I'll play the piano for you, Theodanis.
They will just go past the door like that, and the Duke and some of the others are in the study. Make sure they're comfortable. If you need me, I'll be in the courtyard clearing my head before I join them. God, how could things get worse than they are, Plutonia? Jeez.
Stilton's home was quite nice before whatever happened.
I can only carry one tray at a time. I'm only human. One tray.
Do they think that Mr. Stilton's given away another set of silverware? The miners and their families have no idea how much he does for them.
That's actually a really good question, Black Malkin. I don't know. Okay, so let's scout a little bit. Because there's no one who can detect me in the present. This is a good example of what I was talking about. You see that guy right there? Yeah, this guy right here. Oh yeah, also this is actually kind of a clever way to deal with it. Anytime the vision would intersect an object, like say this, it just blacks out. It shows you that you're inside something. That. So you can just skip right behind him. And then I've got over here.
Damn it, I need to pee.
See? I love this level. Even just for the uniqueness, never mind how much time and care and effort it took to make this thing.
Something else you should know. The center of the manor is off limits tonight. Everything around the study.
What's so special?
Scripted events still happen when we're not there too. Like these two are still talking. Oh, absolutely, Kira White Noise. It's probably one of those games which only has a few levels, but that would be a very cool game idea. Just have a game built around this mechanic. Just this mechanic. Okay. Oh, damn, she's sitting on it in a really irritating way. Okay, who else have we got over? She's cleaning there. He's sitting there. Oops. Should be safe in here. Hey, grapes. And I've just changed history. The driver games have always been kind of weird and wacky, in a good way. Like doing stuff that most racing games wouldn't even think about doing. So that doesn't surprise me. You're not spending too many days down under the earth, Stilton, my friend, and sniffing for noxious fumes, inspecting creaking supports. You've earned a better life, and I want you to see you live it to it. Live it. That said, I missed our weekly supper and hearing more about your plans for improving conditions for the miners. Much more interesting than the drivel I'm forced to endure in the course of a day. Promise me next week you'll regale me with talk of how the new gadget meant to predict collapse before they begin, or what have you. For me, as if uniting all the squabbling rivals in Circunos was not enough, I've had another troubling letter from Lucas' school. This time the young man was badly injured. Some schoolboy prank gone dreadfully wrong, but then he's not really a boy anymore, is he? I haven't made the impression on him I wanted, not even half. What will become of Circunos when I'm gone? Ah well, I'm sure all will be well. Right. Smart of you to agree to host this party. I will do much for your social standing. I knew I could count on you. Careful not to muck it up. You need a locked room. Locked! It's important. We don't want a sensitive moment. We don't want any of the guests to leave. No windows. Or if there really must be windows, let's make sure they're draped. And once everyone's been made comfortable in refreshments and such, it's crucial your servants in security retreat for the night. They must not interfere. Send them home if you must. As for guess there'll be 5 of us, including you. No, just surprise additions, please. You're my father's closest friend. I know the old badger will be happy you're helping me in this matter.
Megan claims Stilton was a good man, at odds with the Duke.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. After spending a day inspecting Tunnel 12, I overheard Claire talking about my hands. What sort of gentleman are we working for? All that black under his nails. It's disgusting. That's exactly what she said, and the words continue ringing in my ears. I'll talk to Jamie, see if he has any advice. Jamie said many fine gents get their fingers manicured at the barber, so tomorrow when I get a shave, I'll ask for that service as well. They actually have a term for this. It's called nouveau rich. But nouveau rich, ironically, doesn't actually mean this anymore. In other words, fake rich. People who came into money, but aren't old money, because only old money really counts, right? It's a nonsense concept. Though the shop is small, Miguel is the best barber in the Batista district. I've seen him for years, since before all this money and hubbub. I asked him for a manicure and he snorted, knowing it wasn't like me. Being new to this, I simply said, give me what everyone else gets. I didn't realize the simple act of having my nails cleaned would involve the application of expensive, strong-smelling liqueurs. It does not suit me, so I must take steps to get this off my hands before tomorrow's mine inspection. The liqueur was quite hard. Thankfully, I found it softened somewhat with turpentine, leaving it susceptible to good scrubbing with gritted paper. But now my hands look more abused than ever. Oh, this poor guy. I actually find Stilton interesting. He's exactly the kind of person that old money likes to prey on. Smart, interesting, well-liked, financially well-off, and desperately trying to fit in with a club that doesn't want him to fit in. Oh, I know, Dakota. As if old money just doesn't actually spend on stupid things.
Tonight, Duke Bell and the others will drink my expensive whiskey and scheme. Jindosh will watch me like a cat with a half-chewed mouse. Ashworth will sneer about how conventional the rest of us are. Missing the obvious, she'll flirt for a while, then put me in my place. I'll sit on my anger, remembering what Theodanis meant to me. I'll tell myself I worked for this honor. I swung a pick in the mines, and now the fine folk are guests in my house. If they want to hold a seance, who am I to say it's nonsense? Whatever happens, I'll regret it. But afterward, Megan's coming by. Talking with her always sets me right.
Oh, it does. It just flashes insecurity. There's an old rule. This is actually a very consistent rule. With fashion, with drinks, with food, with all kinds of stuff. The more expensive it looks, the less expensive it is. Now, that's not 100% true, and it's obviously an oversimplification, but it means really actually valuable stuff, stuff that is legitimately, expensive, tends to look good, as opposed to looking fancy, or flashy, or expensive. So if you see someone saunter in, glittering and flowing and over-designed, then that's someone who's trying too hard. Alright.
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Yeah, pretty much, Ezra. Slip back over here. Where'd the maid go? He's right there. He's right there, and she's right there. Oh, these three. Kind of irritating how much they're crossing each other's angles. Let's see if we can get rid of her. Because I don't really have a place to stash her body. Ah. She has a short patrol, too. Okay, she's facing away. He's facing that way. She's doing here. This is some really bad interlocking views. Well, I could just try to go.
Fish in my jacket pocket.
One other thing you can do, which I'm trying not to do because of detections, but you can, like, make a sound and then warp. And she'll be like, aha. Yeah, I'll demonstrate. I just saved anyways.
Useless.
See, and she's like, oh my god, what was that noise? Out of curiosity, does that count? Nope. I'll take it. Anything in here?
Does Artemis Stilton actually play the harp?
So, oh geez, there's a bunch. There's a guard, there's a lady. Looks like it's just the two. Okay. I can deal with that.
This position should hold.
Damn it! Nope. When I try to transition, they don't come with. I didn't think so. Okay. Those two are having their own little fun. I'm gonna leave the lovebirds there. Is it bad that I'm robbing the past? I know, Plutonia. Imagine if you could transition with something and just leave people from the past in the present or whatever. Try not to think about the time paradox. Huh? It's been 15 years? 3 years, actually, in this case, but still. Also means I have a convenient dumping spot. So let's grab her. Get her body out of the way. See, the elite guard came in and was like, oh my god, I can't believe you two are doing this. And she just had to join in. Obviously. Pretty sure I've seen that movie. Alright, anyone over here? Hello, hello? It's Cthulhu, apparently. Why is Cthulhu over here? Okay, we're gonna leave the levers alone for right now. Yes! Play to ball. Actually, no, that would be very funny.
One march and dust.
I actually did the exact same thing when I first started playing a few days ago, Black Malkin. It was on the very first stage, and, you know, there's still some rats in Dunkirk, or Dunwall, excuse me. So, I was like, oh, shoot, and then they didn't eat it. I was like, oh, okay, good. Pay attention to the things moving above you.
Working for the Duke's not so bad, as long as you're Grand Guard. I'd hate to be anybody else right now.
Getting so one can't even breathe no more.
I'm gonna undo that, but, like, that's another great way to escape. Oh no, they caught me. Look at him, he's like, where did she go? He actually checked behind the curtain. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Where did she go? My God. There's been a murder most foul. You can really do some fun stuff with this, is what I'm trying to say.
Little shit! You and me!
Gonna run? Oh, he actually is running. He's actually running. Full tilt, paranoid, freaking out. Look at that. Complete panic attack. Of course, the new guys show up. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. What are you talking about? Sir, I swear.
Hey!
Oh my God! Okay, I'm gonna stop screwing around with that. Damn. Anyways, where the hell? Oh, jeez, we're back here. All right, hang on. Yeah, enemy panic is one of the options. Thousands of amazing options. Well, shoot.
Reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
Well, that's a strange thing to look at. And no, that wouldn't surprise me. No, that doesn't affect anything. That's interesting. Whatever. What? 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 Who saw me?
Filthy air.
Who saw me? No one, apparently. Alright, whatever. No, I did want to be here.
Why would he say that?
Now, this is definitely going to be a game that gets a double replay positive. Almost guaranteed. Ah, yeah. Give me those jellied eels. Relocation sickness. Witches sometimes stumble off balance after relocation. Sure, why not? Why not? Oh, wow. Locked up in both. There's just this attic, which is locked away from the world. Interesting. You know, until you said something, I didn't even know that was true, Gum Gum. I'm going to keep pretending it isn't true. Just real quick. There we go. And done. Look, I'm not here to deny you your fun time. Let's see. So now let's lock out the maid and the servant, shall we? So, got a couple of options here. Let's go for her first, I think. Or not. Damn, I had a second there to do it.
Body here?
How did he notice me?
God!
How did he notice me?
What's going on here?
Oh, he got up immediately.
God!
Wow, okay. Okay, hang on. That time he didn't hear us for some reason.
What's going on here?
What? What? How does that keep happening? How does this keep happening?
2 more months, she says.
Anyone here? Show yourself.
Who's
You aren't going
Okay. It's gonna wait. I actually have an alternate idea. Oh, wow. I'm surprised you had the guts to admit you're scared of me. Good. Maybe you should be. I'm getting pretty good with the blade. As I'm a howler now, and I ain't going back to the life like I was before. If you don't want to join up too because you're too scared or weak, then to the void with you. I already got 4 new boyfriends and a couple of girlfriends too, if I want them. I'm done crying about it, so I guess this is goodbye forever. Unless you change your mind and join up.
Taste it off. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. I really accept my transfer. Got to get on.
So, did that count? It did not. Okay, good. Okay, come here, boy. Let's go join the group. Enjoy the crowd here. Yeah, maybe it's like high-backed chairs, or maybe like work chairs. I don't know. Enjoy the pile. Okay. Well, we've got a bit of free reign of the second floor here. Don't have a fig. Always love figs.
Damn it. I need to pee.
You know, there's certain things you just don't say out loud, you know? God, plutonium.
Stilton wasn't born to all this. Allegedly, he started as a miner.
Yeah, we know. 12 times over at this point.
Hard times. Hard times. Gotta be on the lookout.
I mean, the dialogue so far has gotten 4 negatives. I don't think it's going to go past that, but that's pretty bad. Okay. Where haven't I been yet? Okay, so let's switch back to the present. Down here. So we're already over here in the past. But it's just to get the one thing.
Huh?
Literally nothing to see there, buddy. See? Let's see. Take those jellied eels. Gotta eat those eels. No, I've never studied it, Yura, and honestly, I kind of don't care. I know, 3 years and this place got completely run over. Then again, the whole district went to hell in 3 years. What, you don't like eating jellied eels, Miristar? It really is funny how common they are. Although less common than the first game, I suppose. Since there's actual fruit down here. Hello. Let's go through the safe wall here.
I might be able to get around that. Going back into the past.
Thank you, game. I figured that out. God. Do not try to move the statue by yourself. It's heavy and unstable. Wait for Jamie to come back and do it together. I know you might go by putting it in the hall, but Mr. Stilton is not the type who enjoys contemplating his own face over dinner. Also, the bust was a gift from the Duke's father, the late Duke Theodonis. Sad memories for Mr. Stilton. Anyway, it's back in the vault. Once it facing the wall, which is going to require some sweat. Good news, he agreed to remove that creepy painting he bought at the flea market. God, he probably just bought it because it was expensive. Money. Okay. Progress. Yeah, you could buy upgrades at the shops. I forget if there's a shop at the boat, you know, your hub. Or if you have to find them out in the wild. I also don't remember if money carries over in New Game Plus, so we'll see that when we get there, I suppose. More jellied eels. They're everywhere, I'm telling you. Let's see anything noteworthy in the past. Really?
I wonder what I was doing in Dunwall on this night. Or what I am doing.
Don't think about it too much. I doubt you remember 3 years ago that well. Empress. I've seen the plan for the masks. I fashioned one for myself and wore it in the deepest mind for over 2 days. I'm excited to say it has some very promising qualities, significantly reducing intake of solids into lungs. Yeah, he was building a gas mask for the miners. More eels! Yep. I love the echoing footsteps you can hear in the present, pretty much wherever you are. Damn. Listen, what horrible, disgusting things you eat, Huthor. my business. Jonathan Frakes? I have no idea, Hero. We do know a decent amount about the choreography on the show, but I don't know if any of it ever came from him. What was this in the past that led to a bloodfly infestation? Dead wolfhound? What have I done? Let me explain before you take action. You know about my ongoing Silvergraph project? I came across a dead hound and I thought, how perfect for my art. So I brought it home, but I noticed some suspicious swelling in the rib cage. So I panicked. What if it's bloodfly larvae? What do you do in these situations? So I've set the carcass here for you. If it's bloodflies, it'd be well for you to dispose it quickly or burn it. Forgive me for dumping this hand, but you're so capable. And here's the present. There's what's left of the dog. Oh, I get it. Man. Open. Oh, I'm an idiot. Here. Grab the wolfhound over here. In you go. Grab it again. Poor dog. Here's the fun part. I've already killed the flies in the present. Now the flies never existed in the present. See? Okay, what other half? I guess there's the save. Okay. 238. Leech cuts. Gain health when inflicting damage or assassinating. That'll be great for a kill playthrough. Alright, where are we? Oh, wow. Okay. I just, hang on. It's the first enemy we've seen in the present. I wasn't even trying to stealth. I didn't think we needed to. I was just looking around. Speaking of... Yeah, instead of just watching, judging. Yes, yes. Nope, dog saw you, but it's just dog saw you. Look, you're the one playing a stealth game, okay?
Of course I can read. What's he think? I'm stupid? I know all my letters and then some.
I mean, the outsider kind of is the GM, if you think about it. There's the dog. Especially given how much of this is his plan, canonically. Anything over here? I actually recognize this. Okay, should be good for a quick transition. Still need the master key for that.
Stilton's acting odd-like today. Just staring at nothing.
I don't think the Duke and Stilton are on good terms.
Today feels different. Stilton seems spooked.
Watch yourself up there. Nobody's repaired the balcony yet. If those supports break, I might not be able to catch your heavy ass.
I'm counting on you, ma'am. It might be romantic.
All right.
Bup, 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 bup. Sorry about this, but you're kind of in my way. Yeah, Matt Mercer in a decade. Ah! I'm so tired. Please. The campaign's so much fun. No! I just want it to end. No. Declare. We'll be doing that later. Unless that was your question, in which case, yes, we'll be doing that later. Chili deals. I want to know something. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm curious. Just throw some glass at it. Wow, I cannot believe that actually worked. Oh, that's fine. There's a dog here somewhere. Just gonna ignore that. Whoop. Fall immediately. All according to plan. Ignore, then fall. Preferably die next. Eat the rats. Looking good, sir. Anyone in here? Ooh, several people. What's your name? Batkill. Your name is Batkill. Yes! What do you do? Well, I'm a bat. I kill people. He's lost me. went looting through here? There's a lot of stuff just missing. And don't say me, because I haven't done that yet. I haven't previously done... Look, never mind.
Hey, who is...
Well, we've got the new Pokemon game, the new Donkey Kong game, and the new Mario Kart game. I'd say I'm looking forward to all of those quite a bit.
This reminds me of something my mother had from when she was young.
I'm sure there's others, but those are the ones that I keep coming up with over and over. The Torturer's Quaternionic Groan. Oh my gosh. Well, in fairness, I haven't played Violet yet. So, who knows on that point? So anyways. Alright. I think I can get rid of this guy without getting rid of the other two. Well, I could have if it had done something. Block! I was already holding forwards to, you know, move him out of the way. But I was blocking. Instead of, knocking out. There we go. There we go. Come on, shh. Okay. No, I'm not going to kill you. Do not be afraid. Your life will be spared.
Dinner will be in you shortly.
Just put you down here. Wait, hang on. I want to get it in the present first. And then we go back to the patch. That's... Then, oh no, I can't loot it. No! Okay. There's a few games in early access I'm looking forward to coming out of early access, but honestly, if you ask me specifics, I would have trouble naming them right now. I keep track, like I have a whole wish list on Steam of games in early access. Do I go for the painting? I probably shouldn't have. She's literally attacking the ground. Or she thinks I was. Let's rewind. A Daggerfall spiritual successor. Does it have tons and tons of procedurally generated terrain, which there's nothing to do with? I'm actually curious, because there's plenty of other things you could do to make a spiritual successor to Daggerfall. But I'm curious if they're doing the procedurally generated nonsense. Yeah, nothing over here. Okay.
Must be a big reader.
Ooh, okay.
This door was supposed to be closed!
Hang on, but... Okay. Let's just see what's going on. Oh, yeah, we're dead. Okay. When do I think procedural generation works best? I suppose in something that's designed to be pseudo-randomized. In other words, when it's not procedurally generated. When it's being used to Diablo 3 or Diablo 2 or Diablo 1. That's when I think they do procedural generation the best. when it's a way to randomly chunk pre-existing tile sets together. Actual procedural generation has no interest to me at all. The only thing you could say for it is for roguelikes, which admittedly is not a franchise I'm super into. Okay, let's just go for this. Because these count as living for some reason. Actually, I do enjoy No Man's Sky for what it is. No, I just wouldn't have any interest in that, Plutonia. No Man's Sky is nice and all, but, like, honestly, what No Man's Sky usually boils down to me, for me, is finding a chunk of land, plopping down there, and building on it. Or exploring it and then moving on. In other words, the procedural part is the least interesting part. Put together a Mass Effect 1 planet-sized area of manually crafted stuff, and I'd enjoy it a lot more. And yeah, games like Minecraft, where you have a seed, can work a little bit better. That's pretty. Terrifying, but pretty. Apparently the bloodflies don't mind them. Oh, there's another one of you. Oh, hang on, let's murder you really quick. Now let's reload. Okay. A lot of people here in the present, or excuse me, the past too. So that's a no-go. Let's deal with all this nonsense first.
Whatever happens seems to be centered at some focal point.
Yeah, no kidding, RJ.
Can't hear anything. It'd be easier if we could open the door and get closer. You sure the combination you saw doesn't work?
I got a glimpse of Stilton's notebook last month, but he must have changed the combination since then.
Damn. What are they doing?
Come on, someone could show up any minute.
Stop crying. For once, something interesting is happening. If a bunch of drunk aristocrats are having an orgy, I don't want to miss it.
I would be okay with missing that, personally. Call me a weirdo. Ah, fire. It solves so many problems. That's true. I am not a rich man. I'm a rich woman. No, that's still not true. Where's the other one? There he is. There he is.
They need your blood, so I'll just draw it.
Please tell me that didn't count as me being spotted. Okay, it didn't. Take a nap. You're planning an extension to your home. Jesus. I know you got money, but come on, man. Better ways to spend it. Is he it? Hey, Braven. How are the pot pies? Anything over here? Anything over here? Right. Alright, let's deal with flies, first and foremost. After we eat some jellied eels, very important. You know, honestly, I've got some bowls, let's just use them. Okay. What's going on in the past? Nothing down here. Yeah, I was thinking that too, RJ. Because the other level I really like in this one is, well, normally I call it the last level, but it's the last level I really remember. AKA the Duke's Mansion. I remember that one quite positively. There's a lot of people here in the past. There's still these two guys here. Those, that guy, and then that guy. And then that guy, and then that guy. Oh my god, that's a lot of guys. Okay.
I need the combination to Stilton's study.
Yeah, about that. Look how much dust is baked in here. Look at all this crap. Okay. Alright, let's start on the outside. Work our way in. So I believe this guy I just passed is the furthest out. I have a little bit of a nook there I can use.
Things have happened here in the last 5 years and in all the years of my life before that. I know that much.
God damn it. Fine.
No! Damn
it! Aristocrat living? I mean, it sounds awful to me. Okay. Yeah, Twitch has been Twitch. I actually lost drop connection earlier entirely. Okay, let's wait until he wanders away for a second. Surely that'll work, right? Right? If it wasn't a spoiler, this shot right here would make for a really good thumbnail. But I don't like to spoil in thumbnails.
You're twice the soldier he is. Someone should say something.
Okay. One down. What's my next problem? Anyone here? He's there. Perfect. You're next on The Price is...
one there.
No. Was I spotted? Hang on. Nope, I was not spotted. We're good, we're good.
Huh?
Okay, now I was
What
spotted.
is going on here?
Very well.
Oh!
You get to die. That's true, Huthor, but that doesn't excuse me doing the same thing. Just because you murdered someone doesn't make it okay for me to murder someone. I know you think that way, Huthor. I know that's what you think. Your darkest nights. Why doesn't everyone murder just like I do? It's such a perfect way.
This shirt reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
Sir, your spare uniform is ready. Over this way. So just take a nap while we go swap your uniforms out. I know, Kira White Noise. Imagine if they were even aware of what I was doing, which at the moment they're not, because I'm still in an undetected state. But, like, if I was just being obvious, like I will do with Corvo, there is a phantom stalking the halls they cannot see, or hear, or smell, or taste, or touch, until he suddenly shows up and kills them. Oh, I'm going to kill so many people here. I'm going to kill all the people. Okay, so we've got... actually an alarm down there. Okay, so over here... we got that guy who's roaming. There should be another one. Yep, right here. That guy's a pain. He's up against the wall. What do we got over here? So, I feel like there should be another roamer. But I don't see him. So, we're just going to go for it here. Scooch on back here.
She could be reading the letter right.
We'll be safe. Oh god, there's the guy. I knew it. I knew there was a guy. And now you die, guy. You die too, for no reason. Damn it.
Huh?
Look, Evo. Wait, what's he freaking out about? Did he see me? Nope, he didn't see me. But you're the roamer. You're the guy I couldn't find earlier. Yes, go into this little secluded side area. This is a good idea that you will not regret. You will never regret this decision. Come with me now. Come with me.
Let's have a look. Huh? What's going on here?
Where did you come from? What the hell? I mean, I think that tossing guys at guys is great, Gumgun. It's one of my favorite things to do. Where's this freaking rover coming from? There he is. Oh man, those free clean uniforms. And they are clean, trust me. They're so clean. Okay, he's like looking for me, I guess. The other guy move? Nope.
What?
Hang on, did that count? No. Okay. Go down. Let's take you to the free uniform change. It's getting harder and harder to take people to the stupid uniform change. The other guards are getting more and more jealous, I think is what it is. Okay. Still undetected. I'm still a ghost. Now that we've gotten rid of the roamer, we should be good. Deal with this jackass. Yeah, that guy. I'd love to get rid of these two as well, but like that guy's on the wall and that's not going anywhere. A handheld PS2 console? Probably not. I mean, that's what, like 3 games? With me, sir. Let's get you to your free uniform. Look, I've had fondue in my life. Let me tell you. That's too rich for me. In fact, I've had fondue twice, and both times it was a fairly big occasion. Lol. Your white noise. What do they keep saying is nearby? Speaking of which. That's probably that one. Oh god, Huthor. So you can bring people forward, but only if they're dead. What about us? What do you mean, what about us? Okay. Let's transition to the courtyard. That does sound pretty gross, Valley Balder, but then again, I don't like mayonnaise in general, so I'm a little biased. I spy blood flies. A lot of blood flies, actually. I remember I had issues with this exact step last time. I don't remember why. Let's grab it. Oh, I see the dogs. That might have been why right there. Oh god, the blood flies are like, hey, hey, hey.
Gotten the Duke up to?
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
Ignore the extremely stealthy form going right in front of a giant flashlight.
May I live to see that day. Theo, forgive me. When tonight is over, the Duke will have to trust me. I'll know his secrets too well.
Interesting.
Or will that make me too dangerous to keep around?
Okay, does that count? No! That counted as being spotted. Gosh darn it. The outsider was like, no, the dog saw you as you were killing it. Come on! Fine. See if we can do this the old-fashioned way. Probably not. What's worse, Plutonium? See, that still doesn't count as a kill. As it should. Let's commit to that. Where's this damn dog? Yeah, that sounds pretty terrible, Plutonium, not gonna lie. Okay, dogs are dead. blood flies in here. And a manta ray? Who bought all this stuff?
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
We've got 2 guards left, it looks like. And that sounds awful, Plutonia. Like in Splinter Cell 6 it's probably 5, but Splinter Cell 1? Oh my gosh. Sadly not, Bregman. Be amazing if you could. Hey, I need you to come with me. Where are you going? About 3 years into the future. What? Yeah, I have actually thought about that more than once in some of these encounters, Ezra. So I have Domino, and I've even leveled it. She might be an issue. If I can get on this pipe here. There we go.
Duke trusts me. I can finally rest easy. After tonight, it will all go well. Pressured me into it. I never would have agreed to this ritual, or whatever it is.
It really does not want to let me grab her.
It sure reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
Who are you? Why are you in my house?
Huh?
Sometimes I wonder, is
What?
Luca Bell truly
This is true. Him. I like the fact that there's not a lot of gear progression in Guild Wars 2, personally. There technically is, but it's not how it normally is. What? Is there another dog? There is another dog. Good to know. Should be right below me, actually. There it is. That... What? Come on, game. That's actually really funny, Ezra. That probably means script-wise it's just setting your mana to 0. Rather than, like, actually preventing you. But yeah, for those of you not aware, in Guild Wars 2, the way the leveling, the way the gear works is actually kind of weird. Your item level caps really, really early. Yellows are barely worse than oranges, and oranges are exactly the same as legendaries in terms of stats. So, once you hit yellows, you're generally good. You don't really need to go to oranges unless you're doing anything hard. Relevance? Well, the exact stats on that change quite a bit, and there's a lot of build potential in which stats you prioritize and how much. And some of the runes also can change your playstyle quite a bit, depending. Anything down here? No? Okay. I think we're actually done with the dogs now. So where's the other guy? I saw another guy up here. There he is, that guy right there. Or sorry, I didn't mean yellows, I meant oranges. I forget the colors. You know what I'm talking about, though. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Point is, getting the right combinations of stats and getting the right runes on your stats is more important than, you know, getting better gear, because it's not better, it's just more suited to whatever you're doing. Like I said, different builds rely on different things. Some builds really rely on cranking up the what's it called? Conditional damage or something like that. Not sure what to do about that last twit. It is conditioned now. I was close. It's conditioned, not conditional. Okay. I have an idea. Save. Go down here. Yes, here. Transition. Bang. Transition. Did you hear that? She did not hear that.
Huh?
What? Why is my destination blocked? This is where I warped in. What the? What? Okay. I must have warped like 1 pixel into something. What? Weirdly enough, she never did actually discover me, so I'm just gonna go with it. Hang on. People are allowed to get at World of Warcraft? Are you sure? Okay, we're still good. Okay. So, hey. Let's have a chat.
There's the notebook.
Why are you here? Did the Duke send you? Get away! Leave me alone!
As you command.
Good intentions, Stilton.
Jesus!
By killing Stilton, I changed the past. But what will be different?
As you notice, the present... it's a lot less dilapidated now that we've murdered him. More blood flies and all that stuff. Which is weird. You'd figure... No. You'd figure it would get worse, right? But whatever. Game won't allow you to switch time during actions which might change his destiny. That's interesting.
There's the notebook. This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight.
Hang on, does that count as being spotted? No, okay. Good. I'll accept that.
By rendering Stilton unconscious, I changed the past. But how?
So the combination is 9, 7, 4. 9. The coins in my pocket when I left Morlaix and came to Karnaca. 1 coin for each week until I take another boat and join you, my mother said, but she never came. 7. My birth month. Probably the only person who knows the date since Theodonis passed away. 4. The number painted on my lunch bucket when I worked the mines. I was just a kid, but it felt like yesterday. Oh no, the overtness of the dialogue is... There's a reason I've given it 4 negatives to authority. It's ridiculous. So... let's transition back to the present. See what's different.
What is wrong with this city?
Hey.
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
You got it! Alright, so... let's see. I mean, that's how I fall asleep. Just instant, you know. Okay, is he the only guy in the new present? I heard a cough. I heard a cough.
Good looking.
Okay. Problem solved. Hey, off the deeper end. Up here. Is anything up here?
I don't know what's going on. I'm going to concentrate on my duties. I'm no hero.
So, have you heard of Netflix writing? Luthor, have I said that while you're present? Okay, so 3 servants.
Who are you? Why are you in my house?
That notebook contains Stilton's combination. This is to keep you from seeing...
I know this is before the Netflix writing thing really started getting going, but I would not be surprised if this is about...
By rendering Stilton
if it's the same problem.
I changed the past. But how?
Yeah, exactly, Valivolda. It's really... it is functionally bad writing. But the important part is it is an executive mandate, which has been handed down from on high. And we have multiple examples of, like, this isn't a theory. People have been mandating what I have been calling Netflix writing. Oh, those are guards. Hello, guards. Now we're looking in the present. Little different. Little.
Do it yourself then. It's gotta be so bleeding perfect.
I wonder how much time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home. I want to beat out the rugs, but the dust makes him cough.
Too many years.
Interesting. You know, that actually could be Hudor. I don't remember if Corvo does the same. I decided to look into the bathtub. It reminded me of the bathtubs I used to use when I was a young lad. Because I'm actually from this town, something I've said 15 times before. I've been spotted. No, okay.
Don't know what hurts more, my feet or my neck. They're running me into an early grave.
You up for a beer later?
Yeah.
This time.
There's guards everywhere.
Guard, someone!
Yeah, I came in at the wrong place. Hang on.
Who are you?
God damn it.
That notebook contains Stilton's combination.
Also, 974. I need to remember that. 974. 974. Can I not get back up?
Stilton unconscious. I changed the past.
Or can I get back up that way? Well, I was kind of hoping to finish this stage. For that I apologize. But looks like it's dinner time. So tomorrow we'll go ahead and finish up the mansion. Let's see. After the mansion, I actually have notes on this. After the mansion is the palace, the other mansion, and then the final mansion. And I'm going to make a note here quick. It's 7-4, because I'm going to forget that tomorrow. So, hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow.